Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's episode of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check today's video out and spend some of your time with me. And guys, today I got to share with you all, I made a absolutely stupid mistake. Well, actually, it's been about a month ago, but I just found out about it today. And I really want to go over that with you guys. I know a lot of y'all follow the channel, like to sort of know what's going on here at the house and personally with me. So if you're one of those viewers out there, I think you're going to get a kick out of this. Also, guys, before we get started, I just want to remind you about the new Megabass Magdraft, the 5-inch model here. If you guys haven't heard about it, this is the latest thing that came out last month from Megabass, the finesse version of the famous Magdraft swim baits, arguably the #1 swim bait in the country. They just got a good stock of them up at Tackle Warehouse. I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description if you guys like to get one. I can promise you April and May with this thing, you fish this thing around secondary main lake points. If you have water visibility over 3 feet, you'll get some good fish on it. So link in the description there. And also guys, if they're back ordered on it, you can go ahead and order them and probably get them within a week or two. So much appreciated with that. Okay guys, what happened here is like the first of every year, I get a new calendar, right? Or actually the end of the year pretty much. And I put all my tournaments and everything and all the business stuff I got going. So one of the things I do is, I'm fishing the Toyota Series tournaments and the BFLs. So I put my schedule down there on the calendar, because a lot of times I got to schedule like promotions for some of my sponsors and, figuring my practice time and that type of stuff. So anyway, we have our tournament coming up, our next tournament, mid part of April, what I thought it was the mid part of April, down at Kentucky Lake. So in my calendar, I put it down for like the 12th through the 15th or something like that of April. So anyway, to make a long story short, my wife Kim is going to be out of town. She has a trip that she had been planning for a long time, and she's going to be out of town, pretty much all this week and up until Monday of next week. And today I was going over all my schedule and everything, and I looked at it and I saw that the tournament date for the Toyota Series tournament at Kentucky Lake was the 8th. It starts the 8th of April, which is next Tuesday. At the time of the filming this video, this is actually the Tuesday before. So the tournament actually starts on Tuesday, and I don't understand why they're having the tournament Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That doesn't make sense to me. Somehow I wrote it down wrong. I wrote it down where I thought it was a week later. So anyway, Kim is not going to get back in town until late Monday afternoon, right? So I've got a 7-hour drive to Kentucky Lake that, is going to take me to get there, and tournament starts the morning of the 8th. Guys, I'm not going to have any practice for that Toyota Series tournament at Kentucky Lake. I'm going to have to drive down there. I'll probably get down there about midnight on Monday night and have to start the tournament the next morning with no practice. And I looked at that and it's like, I told Kim, it's like, what did you do? Are you kidding me? So this is going to be an interesting deal, on top of the fact that they're supposed to have 10 inches of rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday there on Kentucky Lake. So I'm going to be going down to Kentucky Lake with no practice in the Toyota Series tournament, and they're having this massive flood coming in. So you talk about a lot of uncertainty surrounding this tournament I got to come up. I don't know if this is the first time that's ever happened. So anyway, I thought it'd be interesting. I'm sort of going to run by you how I'm going to approach this tournament with no practice and with 10 inches of rain coming in, and try to develop some type of a game plan, because I'm just going to be freaking practicing the first day of the tournament. I mean, I hadn't been down there in a year. I don't know what's going on in that lake. So here is the process that I'm going to go through, that I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do on this particular thing. Now, first of all, I've got to pay very close attention to the precipitation leading up to this, because I don't even know what to pack. It's like if they get 10 inches of rain on Kentucky Lake, it's probably going to turn a lot of that lake into a mud pit, and it's going to be coming up fast. So if they do have that kind of rain, you've got these flooding conditions coming in, which is going to require a certain type of lures and approach and technique. But for some reason, if they don't get the rain, it's going to require completely different type of techniques and approaches. So I have got to pack for this tournament for both. I don't know what I'm going to encounter going down there until the morning of the tournament that I get on the water. It's just going to be like the first day of practice. So here's how I approach something like that. First of all, you can't, with no practice, you have got to land on top of the fish the morning of the tournament. So the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to really scout the lake out, like on my Google Earth maps, and go refresh myself on the maps. And I'm going to pick a section of the lake that I think that could be suitable under any condition. It's like if the lake comes up and floods, I've got some options in it. If it doesn't come up and flood, I got some other things that I want to try with it. I don't know if anything's going to work. Having this uncertainty is one of the most it's one of the most sort of unsettling feelings that a tournament angler can have, because as a tournament angler, you sort of want to control things. You want to have a game plan. You want to know where you're going. You want to know what the fish are biting on. And when you don't know any of that type of stuff, it sort of throws you into a completely different frame of mind. Now, given this, it could go either way. I may get down there and I may not catch a fish for 2 days. I might not be able to figure the fish out based upon what's coming in and not having any awareness or practice of the lake. Or I might go down there and win the tournament. I mean, I might find something that's working that morning that wasn't working in practice and win the tournament. You just don't know. So I just can't believe that. It's like, I wasn't going to get a long practice anyway. I was only going to get a day and a half to practice, but at least a day and a half of practice gives you an idea of stuff like the water clarity and how much current's moving through the system, and what the available cover is, and water temperatures and all that type of stuff, which I'm not going to know anything about till I get down there Monday morning in the dark. So it's going to be an interesting week to say the least there. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably do a little video on the drive down there Sunday afternoon and talk about it a little bit more, but it's going to be an interesting study of how this thing turns out. And it's just one of those things I should have paid closer attention. I don't know how I made that mistake. I just must have looked at the dates wrong or whatever, but this will be the second tournament. Was it the first one? Yeah, the first tournament of the year, the first BFL. I didn't have any practice for it either. So this is the second tournament of the year that I had no practice for. And it's hard to do good in these tournaments if you don't practice in them. But it is what it is. So we'll see how it unfolds. But anyway, guys, I'll keep you updated on it. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll check in later. See you.